Hey there. Can we just talk about one thing? Just one thing, not a lot of things. A lot of times we talk about a lot of things. When we're talking about a lot of things, we're not focusing on what might be the main thing, the important thing. We get distracted. We're all over the place. And we think that when we're covering a lot of things, it's important to the main thing. But sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's actually a distraction and it prevents us from getting to where we want to go if we did focus on the main thing as you're starting out maybe a new year, maybe a new project, and maybe a new direction. You can go in a lot of different areas. You can focus on a lot of different things. But what if we focused on the one thing? And by the one thing, I mean the one thing that would really make the difference in the outcome that you're looking for. There's a book called The One Thing, and the subtitle is The Surprisingly Simple Truth Behind Extraordinary Results, written by Gary Keller and Jay Papasan. And their point in the book was that when you focus on the most important thing for the business, for the project, for the outcome that you're looking for, it's actually one of the most valuable ways that you can spend your time and your attention. And when you start spreading your attention to more than the one thing and a bunch of other things, you actually pull from your productivity, you pull from forwarding your mission, your purpose, your outcome at the potential effectiveness that you could have if you just focused on that one thing. So the opportunity here is to say, all right, what are my goals, my objectives? And what's the one thing that would make a difference? If I focus on that, it would propel it at a faster speed, a bigger efficacy. And how would we make the one thing the most important thing? Another way to say it is keep the main thing the main thing. Do we really do that? Or with this day of distractions all around us, multitasking, having a lot of things that we're involved in, do we actually miss out on the fact of realizing some of our potential, realizing some of our outcomes, because we're all over the place? There is a myth. You can choose to believe whether it's a myth or not. It's called the myth of multitasking, that when we're actually doing multiple things at the same time, that's a good use of our time. Now, sometimes if they're light tasks and we can do them and it doesn't take a lot of bandwidth, like walking and talking, yeah, that might be fair. But when we're trying to really focus on maybe the one thing or the main thing, and we're doing other things at the same time, whether we're checking our phone, we're getting interrupted, we're trying to carry on a conversation, when we're working on an important project and thinking that we actually can do it all, well, we can, but not necessarily to the level of effectiveness that if we just zoned in, focused on the one thing, we could be a lot more productive, a lot more effective. And actually, there's some science behind how long it takes for us to actually get back into focus once we've been distracted. So working for longer periods of time on particularly focused things is actually more effective than working for short periods of time all over the place. So as we head into the new year and some new conversations, maybe it's important to reflect, how's our focus? What is the main thing? What's the one thing that if we gave it our undivided attention for longer periods of time would really make the difference for us? Thanks for tuning in and looking forward to chatting soon.